Well, 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 little boy, I'm Grandmother Christmas, and what would you like this year? Me? Well, I'm not so little anymore, but I suppose I'd really like a video game. A video game? Just want to know.
Remember when the snow was falling? I was just a 10-year-old, waiting patiently till morning came. It was Christmas so long ago. Always dreaming of something cool from up above. Now I'm older, how can I receive the holidays I used to love? Here comes family, here's festivity, here's my Christmas cheer. Oh, it's so lovely, someone give to me the one thing I held near for all my younger years. I want a video game for Christmas. I need a video game for Christmas. I need a video game and Christmas with you. I want a video game for Christmas. I need a video game for Christmas. I won't get no retro Christmas till I do. Oh, they tell me it's because of my aging. That's why I'm missing all my favorite games. And I know technology's changing fast, but why is everything looking the same? Downloaded all of the best songs, but they won't fill me with joy. Cause my MP3 won't play with me like the stick to my wonderful toy. Sleigh bells dingling, but it's not happening. I slowly shed a tear. No, it's not Christmassy. Will someone give to me the one thing I held near for all my younger years? I want a video game for Christmas. I need a video game for Christmas. I need a video game and Christmas with you. I want a video game for Christmas. I need a video game for Christmas. I won't get no retro Christmas till I do.
Well, it just ain't like it used to be. When I look beneath my Christmas tree, I've got a phone, cologne, but what I really wanna own is a teeny-weeny piece of my history. So don't be bringing round the family expecting to stay, cause you're not the kind of space invaders I wanna play with. A video game, it's all I choose. One controller and I'll show you all my special moves.
Here comes family, here's festivity, here's my Christmas cheer. Oh, it's so lovely, but someone give to me the one thing I held near for all my younger years. I want a video game for Christmas. I need a video game for Christmas. I need a video game and Christmas with you.
Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Nostalgic.
And I'm RareWarington.
And welcome to a new Christmas episode of Kooky Questions, the show where we ask the internet the most pressing questions of gaming, and we feature your answers here live. So what are we going to be discussing with our questions today here, Sam?
Today is our second annual Christmas Questions. We, of course, started over on Drew's channel down on Nostalgia there. And we're continuing that tradition with celebrating games in the Christmas season. So we got a lot of really good answers, and it should be fun, man.
It really, really should be. And we thank you guys so much for contributing all your answers to our questions. Of course, we asked platforms like X, Blue Sky, Discord, and even over on our YouTube community posts. And we got quite a few responses from you. And we wanted to also acknowledge those in the chat. Rare Fox saying, welcome, great to have you here. Cell as well, also,
Sell the Badger.
I don't know. I get it mixed up. I got it mixed up with another one out there. But yeah, Sell the Badger. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, Soldrix, what's up, peeps? Welcome. Good to have you here. Hope you're all having a fantastic Christmas season. It's a very busy time of year. Matter of fact, you can kind of see in my background here, we have like a Christmas pile of all the gifts that we've wrapped, and it's a crazy time of year. But we're rushing to the end just to be on time for Christmas. And we even at the very beginning of during the rev up there, we had the song by Kev Bayless, David Wise, Want a Video Game for Christmas, and Grant Kirkhope there. Yeah, we thought that was appropriate to play because we're going to be talking about some of those things. Gaming videos, hiya! Mostly lurking this morning, if that's okay. Also, Merry Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas to you as well. Great to have you here. Well,
yeah, in the middle of summer for Viddy and the rest of Australia. Thanks for coming, guys.
Yes, of course. We're going to go ahead and get things rolling here with this holiday season. We are hosting our second annual Kooky Questions special, Christmas Questions, for the first time on the new channel. And we want to ask, what is your favorite gaming Christmas memory or gift? I'm going to kind of start with myself here. This Christmas 25 years ago, I played Banjo-Tooie for the very first time, and just thinking back to that, of course, when I first played Banjo-Kazooie, I was like completely in love with the game, still my favorite video game to this day. I was so pumped for that sequel, and I knew it was coming out in November, like, okay, Christmas is right after its release date, and I I begged and pleaded, and I got it on Christmas Day, and I played the game most of the day. It was absolutely glorious there. And this isn't my original copy, of course, but it is one I happen to have signed by one of the developers, Chris Sutherland, who I had the chance to meet earlier this April at the Game On Expo in Phoenix. But yeah, fantastic game, and I think we have a few other mentioners of Banjo-Tooie that we'll be getting to as well here.
Yeah, that's in our little community circle here. It's a popular one.
Yes.
But yeah, if you haven't seen our video on the channel here, our Game On Expo video, we have a video talking about our experience there, which was like a great experience, man. But I'll be honest, I'm going to use as a justification. I didn't answer this one. I have a lot of good memories, but as far as the N64, my justification is I was a little bit younger than Drew at the time. I can't recall very well. I remember, it sounds cynical, but I remember asking for Toy Story 2, the platformer cartridge that came out in the later stages of the N64. I did not receive that. but I do remember one N64 era birthday. I had received, when I had started school, I was nervous to start kindergarten. I had received Mario 64, and eventually, I think for my birthday a little bit later, Mario Kart 64. And I had a few games. Yeah, and I had a few games for N64, but I had located at one of the stores, the used game stores, kind of game stores locally, a cartridge of DK64, and I didn't have the expansion pack. So, being a naive child, my mom gave me a bunch of newspapers and was helping me find them around town and said, hey, just look for newspaper ads. I'm sure somebody is selling a used expansion pack, naively thinking
that's where you check. That's weird to think that's where you checked back in the day, just for random listings for before we had the internet shopping and eBay and all that good stuff.
100%. 1999 and looking through newspaper ads for Nintendo 64 expansion pack. naively hopeful. And eventually my parents, I can't remember the context specifically, but they end up feeling bad for me, but they acknowledged my dedication and determination to find one. And they end up buying me a boxed new copy that I got for Christmas '99. So that was a huge big deal for me. And then later in like 2007, I remember I was raising money for an Xbox 360, and I couldn't really afford one, but I had gotten at least $150, and Christmas had ended. We got a lot of cool things, and I was like, oh, I guess I didn't get an Xbox 360. And then my dad was asking how much money did I have and everything, how much did I raise, and I showed him, and I gave him some of my Christmas money and the money I'd raised, a good chunk of it, and then he opens the closet and Xbox 360 with Halo 3 and a couple other games.
That's
I was
awesome.
so excited.
360 is one of the goated consoles. We wanted to go ahead
Those are probably my two favorite Christmas gaming memories, but go ahead on the next answer there. Jiggy, look back.
Yes. He would say that Christmas of 1999, opening up an N64 box. Yes, just the box. My dad or Santa, not sure, set it up in the other room with DK64 so I could play instantly. Wow. Go to dad. Go to dad for sure. Just going ahead and setting it up for you there. Second honorable mention, getting my GameCube a few years ago with Spider-Man, the movie game, and Zelda MQ. Oh, that was Zelda Master Quest. I think that was the edition of Ocarina of Time that released that included the Master Quest. So yeah, I would say that was a pretty interesting version of the game. I think I only played it like once. It was a remix there.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm like I stand true to replaying the original, but the Master Quest version is really cool and challenging.
Yes.
But yeah, that's an awesome story, Jiggy, and like DK64 can relate. Like that's a great memorable game to get for Christmas there.
Oh, for sure. We have a Super Josh here. I think I need to pull it up, and on my own screen it's a little bit small, so I'm going to pull it up on my other bigger screen on my phone here, so we can read that more properly. There it is. Hold on. There we go. Just Super Josh, actually a great person over in our Kooky Crew server. Matter of fact, we'll have a link for it in the description. Feel free to join that. We have all kinds of cool discussions about gaming and the latest news, and it's just a cool, chill environment. Josh here says, I was excited for this new console. Oh, so he mentions getting his Wii U in 2012. Excited for the new console and wanted to own one, but was looking for a part-time job and couldn't get enough cash for one. But I did have enough for a few clothes at Old Navy during Black Friday. Only bought just to get a free sealed copy of New Super Mario Bros. U because Nintendo partnered with Old Navy to promote the Wii U. Interesting promotion there. So with my first Wii U game in hand, I just had to wait it out after Christmas for a chance to get a Wii U. But then one day, my mom had a mysterious gift under the tree with no tag. She said it was for Dad, but wouldn't tell me what it was. I would hold it and gently shake it, but couldn't guess what was inside. So, when Christmas came, we started opening our gifts one at a time. While I was rejoiced over the gifts I received, my mind still went back to that mysterious present. So, after we opened all the gifts, the untagged present still lingered under the tree, and my mom didn't ask for anyone to hand it to Dad. Then my mom shouted at me in excitement to open the last present. I was confused, and then brought the gift to my lap, and after a few pulls, my heart stopped. It was a Wii U Deluxe model. I was so happy, I couldn't even make a reaction. I was just stunned from this surprise. I looked at my mom and said, "Thank you." That was one of the best Christmas memories I forever hold on to. That is a fantastic Christmas memory. Thank you for sharing that, Josh. That's like we've had a couple of really good ones, like the setup DK64, the surprise Wii U. This is like Christmas story type stuff, you know? Like,
I was about to say, it's like an article you'd read in like a gaming magazine of a great Christmas story or something.
Mm-hmm. It really is. So
that's really good, Josh.
Holly Jolly Tony mentions here, I still remember in 2015, after all year begging and pleading for Lego Dimensions, and I got it that Christmas, which my parents said I had to share it with my two other siblings because the starter pack was $100. We paid a lot, you share.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy crud. It was $100 for a starter pack?
Apparently, wow. I mean, that was like back in the day when we had the games as toys craze. With like that, like pretty much all the companies are doing that. With the Skylanders, the Disney. Was it Disney Dimensions their version, or is it just Lego Dimensions? What was the Disney version? Disney Infinity. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we even had like, even Star Fox dipped their toes and that, and yeah.
And that was probably most of GameStop's profit in general, I think, for a long while there.
Yes.
But yeah, dang, that's a great story too. I totally don't think about that era. And Lego Dimensions was one that I always thought. I mean, the absolute audacity to include that many IPs. It was almost like Fortnite before Fortnite, but
Yes.
like almost more cleverly implemented. Like some of the dialogue that a lot of really good voice actors have like partaken in, it's just really clever writing and really cool like interactions that you wouldn't expect between characters.
Yes. Video gaming videos mentions here. I think my friend told a similar non-Christmas story where she had to share with her siblings, or at least only play multiplayer games like Mario Kart and Mario Party. So yeah, you get multiplayer games so that I guess all of you play. So it kind of like makes it so you don't have to buy as many individual games and you just kind of focus on the family play experience. And there are a lot of great multiplayer games over the years. You can't go wrong with that.
Oh, absolutely. Especially like you said, Mario Kart and Mario Party. I mean, everybody wins,
Yes.
except for the ones that, lose in Mario Party.
Yes, of course.
Not everyone always wins. But anyway, we have the next question here then of Kevin, I think.
Yes, why don't you go ahead and read that one here?
So Kevin's answer, my favorite gaming memory and gift was receiving an N64 from my grandparents for Christmas. It was then I played my first video game, Banjo-Kazooie. I am forever thankful for them. And yeah, Kevin has brought up the importance of that Christmas prior.
Yes.
So I was really hoping for Kevin to post on that. And like, yeah, that's really awesome.
I think that's amazing
like
because like we see him. He's definitely like a huge Banjo-Kazooie fan. We see the origins of it right there, all the way back in when Banjo-Kazooie
90s.
first released. That's amazing. Breadbug. My Wii stopped playing GameCube games for whatever reason, so later on I got an actual GameCube for Christmas. Oddly enough, despite having games I already owned and played, getting an actual GameCube was still one of the best memories I've had with getting any console. Yeah, I gotta say, like the GameCube's an awesome system, whichever, and especially if you can play it on the original console. I mean, maybe they didn't have the design of those tiny little flimsy discs, but like it's still like such a unique, cool console, really is.
Oh yeah, and like the GameCube's actually one of the few that like it was cool to experience it in a different way, but I experienced it through so many of my friends. Like I can name like 4 regular childhood friends, like and a neighbor as well. I was able to go over there every single day. Got hooked onto Luigi's Mansion, Sunshine, especially Kirby Air Ride. That's why I have so much respect for Kirby Air Ride, which the new one I know came out. Maybe I'll look into that here pretty soon. But yeah, GameCube was just a goated system. I remember back in 2002, where I guess it was struggling or it wasn't meeting expectations, they made them $99 a piece. It was like definitely crazy to look back.
Oh yeah, I remember getting one. I think I remember actually buying one when it was like $99. So it took me a while to actually have my own GameCube, but it was like so cool when it's like, I guess I was able to do so. And I think I even bought it with like a Twilight Princess at the time when it was first released. So that was cool. That was cool. That was the first way I played Twilight Princess.
Yeah, it's a great game too.
You want to go over a Rare Historian's answer there?
Yeah, Rare Historian, otherwise known as Rare Fan Jeff. Jeff, big, obviously goes without saying, big Rare fan.
I actually didn't realize he was on Blue Sky there because he was off of Twitter. He's been off of Twitter for a while,
Yeah.
but he's on Blue Sky. I didn't realize that was him there.
Yeah, quite a few of like the Rare crowd moved over to Blue Sky, but yeah, he's over on Blue Sky now. And his answer was either Christmas '97. Opening Diddy Kong Racing, having a brief moment of anxiety because I didn't have an N64, and then opening the N64. Or Christmas '98, coming out and seeing a Mumbo Jumbo plushie sticking out of my stocking, and then opening Banjo-Kazooie a few minutes later. Both were the best.
What I'm kind of curious what this Mumbo Jumbo plushie is and what it looked like. Cause like it's kind of I might have to look it up because like for many years, it was hard to get any kind of Banjo-Kazooie merchandise. It's easier now, but like even back then, like that kind of stuff was like seemed like fairly rare, I'd say.
But no, it really was rare, and I think there was like a release plush model. But I'm sure people in the chat and other people might be more knowledgeable of that. But like, and Saldrix in the chat says I didn't know they had a plushie. And yeah, if you look up on like eBay and stuff, I know a few people that own like the Mumbo plush, but I don't know how many they've made over the years. But yeah, that's super cool. That's a super cool story.
Oh yeah, and mentioned actually his story there kind of corresponds to when I first got an N64. There, it was actually for my birthday, and the first box I opened was actually Super Mario 64, the actual one. Like I know what that big box is.
Was it a pack-in, Drew? Was 64 a pack-in? Mario 64?
I think it might have been for some early, or maybe for some earlier editions, but I ended up getting it maybe like I think I got mine like 2 years later, like 1998.
Wow.
So yeah, I got mine.
It was my first game, but I know I had the box art, so maybe it wasn't a pack-in, but I can't remember. Guilty, cannot remember.
Now, Gothic Teddy Bear, an amazing member of the Rare community, excellent Donkey Kong fan there. He mentions probably when I got the Wii in Christmas morning 2006, just because it was so difficult to find, and I was overjoyous. Complete shock of the world. The Wii was hard to get back then. Matter of fact, the Switch 2 has been one of the maybe the first Nintendo console like in a long time that didn't have like shortages. But yeah, the Wii did, even the Wii U did when it first started out, when it just first started out, that is, I should say, and the Switch, of course. But yeah, the Wii was hard to get a hold of, and yeah, I mean, you kind of really felt lucky to get one though when it first came out there.
It appeared like here in Utah, where Drew and I reside, it wasn't too bad from my experience, but I do know for the launch window, it seemed like the Switch 2 was pretty scarce. But the Wii, as we were talking about and like Gothic mentioned, the Wii was the one that I remember in my consciousness still, like that it was a big deal. I remember that was one that we received as like a family gift. I don't remember, was it on Christmas? I can't recall, but I remember Wii Sports was indeed a pack-in title. And I do know for sure a cool Christmas story that I just was reminded of. We did get a Wii Fit as a family, which was cool. But the Wii was awesome. The Wii was great.
It was. It's just a completely unique system for its time. Yeah, good stuff. Frost Van over on Blue Sky mentions the translucent pink Game Boy Advance, complete with matching swirly light attachments. I had to go find some batteries though. You know, people have mentioned before that Nintendo consoles used to have more flavors and like personalities in terms of like models and their variances. The N64 had lots of colors. The Game Boy Advance had a number of colors, and you know it's work. And even like going into the DS and the 3DS, those had like a good variety of colors and things like that. We haven't seen as much of that from Nintendo, but it was kind of cool when they really did that, brought personality and different varieties of colors to their consoles there.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, we see a little bit of it like in the Switch era and the 3DS. Like I have a Link Between Worlds Zelda 3DS.
Yes.
But yeah, as far as the Switch, there was a few. I remember there was like Animal Crossing. I believe there was a red one for Mario Odyssey, but usually it's just like game
like
associated,
limited.
Or like there was a exactly, and there was a Tears of the Kingdom limited edition, but yeah, we don't really see as much as like you said flavors like back in the Game Boy Advance and like the N64 era. But yeah, even GameCube had like at least a lot of different color options.
Oh
but,
yeah, you had silver. You had the standard purple. You had black. I think there was like a yellow banana one, I think, at one point, but I'm not sure.
There was yellow. There was a gold one. Yeah, I mean, heck, I kind of miss this stuff. I would like if the Switch 2. I mean, granted, we already own one, but if the Switch 2 did get more customizable, or at least like customized versions for different like colors and IP associations there.
But recognizing a bread bug in the chat, hello to you as well. Hope you're having a wonderful Christmas season there. And you want to go ahead and read Sol Durix's answer there?
Sure. And like I think Sol Durix is actually in the chat here, and yeah, thanks for joining there, bread bug.
Of course.
But he said favorite Xmas gift was Diddy Kong Racing for the Nintendo 64.
Another mention there.
Yeah. And I remember I got Diddy Kong Racing secondhand when I was younger. There was a much older teenager, older brother of a family friend of ours that I guess he had 100% it, and he was finished with it, and he had moved on, I think, to another console like PlayStation 1 or something. Mm-hmm. And so I went and took it from them, and I kept it for a really long time before we eventually gave it back. And one time I was returning it again because I kept borrowing it over and over. They just decided to say, hey, you know what? You can keep this. Like, go ahead and keep Diddy Kong Racing. That was back in, I think, 1999 as well.
Cool.
But for me, but yeah, great game.
It is a great game, and in and of itself, it's actually like a game that you can associate a lot with just like Christmas and wintry, just because of like the theming of like of an entire world of that game. And we'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that a little bit later on in this episode as well. Ishtar mentions my favorite gift was a book titled My Life with the Liars that I got when I was young. I lost the book, but I will always remember the book because I feel it changed me as a person. Do you know what that book's about? I realized I didn't really look it up before this at all.
I gotta look it up as well. I almost like responded to, because Ishtar is like, she does a lot of creative writing, and she's like a really good writer, so it has to be something that has profound like storytelling or something. But no, I did not. I'm guilty. Did not look it up. I'll have to do that just after.
I'm going to find out right now. My Life with the Liars. What's this about? Synopsis. Give me the synopsis. About a 12-year-old girl raised in an isolated, abusive cult in the Arizona desert who was rescued by her strange father and must grapple with the outside world she was taught to fear. Wow. That is crazy.
Wow. That sounds deep. Merry Christmas. Existential crisis.
Yes.
Just kidding. That's awesome. That's on brand for Ishtar. That's cool. That's very cool.
And Morsha Truchera mentions getting the Wii with its respective 2D Mario in 2012. Though I'd already had a GameCube with some games by pure luck, having a Wii for my parents touched me because I thought that experience was only for rich kids. I got a Wii. I have to say, the new Super Mario Brothers series gets a lot of flack in general, but honestly, like, yes, the series ran on a little bit too long, but it hadn't. At this point, it hadn't. This was a great game. It was like a great incorporation of multiplayer into the classic 2D Mario formula, even with all the chaotic bounciness going on there.
No, I agree, and like even I am guilty of giving it a little bit of flack because it became like the Call of Duty of platformers. Mm-hmm. But you know what? The Wii and the Wii U version, they really were fun. Like it was a 2D platformer that, like, I think you touched upon it, like the chaos of multiplayer was more like laugh-inducing than anything I've played 2D platformer wise. Like it's a good time. With Nintendo, despite how much they churn out a game, and like Wonder has proven that like they can take their time and make a quality platformer that still has that fun, but it's always fun at the end of the day. And that's what always makes a good Christmas.
Yes, Christmas is a good time to get together and have fun there. Nice Cuphead shirt, Drew. Thank you. Yes, I'll kind of show it a little bit more here. I got it a few years ago. I love Cuphead. I hope that they're... I don't know. Maybe quickly thinking, do you think they're going to make a Cuphead 2, or do you think they're done with that universe?
I think we talked about this briefly, or who was it? I talked about this recently with somebody. I think, judging by the fact that they actually made DLC, I mean, I can't remember the name of the studio. MDMR.
Yes, MDHR. Yeah.
That stuff that they do, it's the reason that it's such a high quality, and people have tried to mimic it, not doing the hand drawn animation, but that process is time consuming. Yes. And oh my goodness, the amount they churned out even just for the DLC, which I do have to still complete the DLC. I love the initial game. Yes. It's just insane. Like it's groundbreaking stuff to include in video games, and I sure hope so. But if they do, I think it's going to be something we have to give them time to cook. Yes,
whether it's the Cuphead or not, they definitely will have something that will be traditional hand-drawn, and I think it'll still be fantastic. And so, absolutely. Brett Bug also mentions your shirt as well there. I don't think I see it right now. What do you have in your shirt there?
Yeah, I was like, hey, come on, Banjo-Kazooie.
Nice. You want to go ahead and read Fernando's answer there?
Absolutely. So Fernando, who also on YouTube, he's a great member of the Kooky Crew community, and on YouTube he's known as Games in Brazil, and has a really good YouTube channel. Has a lot of similar content to us, and has great Zelda videos. Definitely check him out. But Fernando says, without any question, my N64 with Mario 64. That Christmas was memorable. I was absurdly hyped to play it, and that's N64. For a lot of our age bracket, like the N64 was like a kind of a hobby and life-altering sort of era there, man. Like,
I think
playing cool to hear that stuff.
I think playing Mario 64 was life-altering for a lot of us. That opening your eyes to like a 3D world and being able to play in a 3D world. That's like I have to say, like, I don't think I've ever had still, like, to this day, don't think I've had a single greater first gaming experience than that, just because I don't think anything can quite beat that jump to 3D for me. Just like, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I think that was one. I think, yeah, looking back at least, I can say a similar sentiment where it's like I've never been shocked. I was lucky enough to get a kind of an accidental crash course in gaming. Got the NES. I think a year or two later, got the Super Nintendo, and I was just a little kid, 3 and 4 years old. And then going into the N64 era, before I even owned one, seeing Mario 64, knowing who Mario was, and seeing it in a 3D perspective, incredible. Like, I remember just like being shocked. I thought Peach's Castle was like a never-ending labyrinth. But anyway, Logi's answer, which Drew's brought up before, but in the Kooky Crew Discord, a lot of these answers are from the Kooky Crew Discord. Definitely check out the Discord description if you're interested. But Logi says GameCube with Zelda Collector's Edition, which I was actually gifted that from the neighbors in question I mentioned earlier, who we were able to experience GameCube through. They gave us that later on, and the collection is excellent. It actually has, I believe it's Zelda 1, Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask.
Yes, those 4, if I remember.
But it also
correctly.
has the Master Quest version of Ocarina of Time, and also a demo of Wind Waker. So, like,
you got
really
a lot.
Cool. Yeah, it's a great package. It's like I love that Nintendo did things like All Stars, but I would welcome and the bundle. I will acknowledge the bundle for the Galaxy games, a little higher price, but I know that's the nature of the beast these days. But I love bundles like that. I hope we get a Zelda bundle of some remakes or any remake here in the near future.
Well, we got 40th anniversary of Zelda coming up, so that's the opportunity there. I think the rumor is right now really heavily for a remake of Ocarina of Time, which I think would be like I think that could be incredible. Just like not just a simple like update, kind of like the 3DS version was with some tweaks, but just like a really fundamental from the ground up reimagining with today's modern game sensibilities. I think would be amazing.
Oh yeah. In fact, just the idea, like they've shown in the past like demos. I think when GameCube was launched, they showed a demo of kind of Ocarina of Time style Link fighting Ganondorf. And like, yes, we did get the 3DS remakes, but yeah, I'm ready. I know people are always like, yeah, we're in the era of rehashing, but I am so ready for another approach to that. Like, I would probably bust into tears, but I'm ready.
So FF7 like reimagining, yeah. I mean, you kind of do something to like make it feel like familiar, but different, like something that's like modern, you know. And like even the edgy Anonuma said something recently where he said like our collaboration with Team Ninja is inspiring us in like our future endeavors. So we'll have to see what that includes. I think
I might be correct on the Team Ninja thing. I could be correct. Is it
Koei Tecmo?
Thank you.
Koei Tecmo.
Something like that. Yeah, something Tecmo.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. Maybe if that's something that they're thinking of already with this possible remake, or of course the next official big 3D Zelda game. Soldrix mentions that Master Quest was refreshing. Yeah, it's a cool new way of looking at it, and I believe that they did also include it in the 3DS version as well.
Yeah, it's like another excuse to replay with extra challenge, and I think everything mirrored, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, really cool.
You want to go ahead and go over Super Abachi's answer there?
Sure, and also in the Discord, Super Batchy Bro, really awesome individual, really cool Nintendo fan, really knowledgeable member of the Kooky Crew. And he says, Christmas 2000 is when I got Banjo-Tooie, and my first ever Rare game that made me fall in love with the series as I have now. And that's so cool, man.
Yep.
I think there's a few people out there that like Tooie was their original like Banjo game, or in some cases, like in this case, Rare game. And wow, man, thrown into the deep end.
Yes. Gosh, yeah. Awesome if you play the second one first, there's like so much you got to learn. And I mean, you
bypassed the kiddie pool, and they just chucked you into the athletic section of the pool.
Yes.
But that's awesome.
Chris Bodker, excellent member of the Kooky Crew community as well there, mentions that he got a Wii and Lego Star Wars, the complete saga together for Christmas 2008. Although I had played a few games on my cousin's N64 before, the Wii was the first game game console I actually owned. I'm still getting mileage out of it today. You're still playing with the Wii console. That's great. I mean, I think I transferred like my Wii stuff to my Wii U, which is something I still regret. I kind of wish I hadn't done that. Maybe I should mod my Wii so that I will use it again, because I don't know, just the Wii itself is just a cool, charming little console there.
Yeah, and like I had buddies who used to bring over like little SD cards, and we would play mods like Project or what was it called? Crap, the Smash Bros. It wasn't Project M, was it? I can't remember what it's called now. Project M might have been what it was called.
Project M, what was? Oh yeah, I think that was a mod thing for Wii.
It's been years, but it was a Smash Bros. Mod.
Yes,
and like
yes.
so good. And we played hours and hours of it. And like the Wii, I will say, I do still have a Wii. It doesn't get much mileage, but I don't have a GameCube, so experiencing games that we find at cons, like recently Star Fox Adventures, which I have to go back to. Through the Wii. So yeah, definitely goated console.
And
it was Project M. Thanks, Breadbug.
And a Breadbug.
I was like, it sounded like another M. I wasn't sure.
Bregbud also mentions that modded Mario Kart Wii is an amazing experience, and yeah, I believe you can even play it online, you know, and like do matches there. And I do like Mario Kart Wii a lot. I love its like chaoticness. It's just a fun, good time.
Yeah, it's like even though the 24 players in world is another layer of chaos.
Yes.
The level of insanity in items in Wii, I think, is unmatched.
Yes, the RNG. Yes. Oh, all right, we're on to our. That's all for our first question. There, we're on now to the next one, which is the Game Awards being an annual December tradition. We wanted to ask, what were some of your favorite reveals or moments from the show, and what are you most anticipating in the new year? And when we're thinking of like questions to ask, we thought, well, this is a December tradition, the Game Awards. We have good years, we have bad years, but it's always there, and it's always something that's talked about to some degree or another. So we wanted to ask you guys what you thought about it. Breadbug also mentions Mario Kart Wii, more accurately known as Funky Kong Racing. Yeah, because Funky Kong was a great character.
Oh my God, the meta. That was the meta back then, though. That's so true.
And what's funny is that, like, Funky Kong, I think in a weird way, it helped popularize him as a character, was his inclusion in that game.
100%. I feel like the Funky, like, sort of cult I started forming, obviously earlier than that, but, like, between that and, like, the Funky edition, or what was it called? Funky Mode?
Yes.
What was it called?
Tropical Freeze Funky Mode. Yeah, I think it was.
But yeah, definitely a goated character and deserves it.
Oh man, it's a big one mentioned here by Big Jiggy Look About, which I do need to mention. We are going to talk about later on in the channel. Bradley the Badger. Big announcement there from Day for Night Studios, formed by the former developer of Mario and Rabbids. Some of the same team members, also the former director of Red Dead Redemption 2. Really great talent behind it. Music by Grant Kirkhope. But yeah, Jiggy Lookback mentions Bradley the Badger, of course, looks great. Was stoked to see Tomb Raider, but the best reveal for me was the return of Mega Man and the orchestra reveal. Yeah, there was some good stuff, surprisingly good stuff in this show.
Oh yeah, totally. And actually, to touch on that, like, the other guy, I forget his name, but Davide Soliani, who was like Drew said, working with Grant Kirkhope on this new Bradley the Badger, super hype. It was probably my highlight of the whole show. There was a lot of other cool things. I agree with Jiggy. I actually didn't answer this question, but for me, Mega Man, especially being revealed by the orchestra, sort of like a pseudo orchestra and screen reveal of Mega Man 12. So cool. So cool. And I think looking at it's early days. I think the release date was 2027, but looking at it, it's like it's the best he's looked, in my opinion. Like, it looks fantastic. And so for me, like I said, definitely Bradley the Badger, Mega Man as well. Seeing Tomb Raider, I do agree with Jiggy, is cool to see that come back. But I do want to mention briefly, I think we might have had some people mention it, but I just love that Jeff actually brings on and has respect for the Muppets.
Yes.
I feel like some reason, for me specifically, this might not be a majority opinion, but like it's one of my highlights of the show. Miss Piggy, even hilarious, having like a weird like relationship under wraps. But having Ralph come up and do that song, I absolutely thought it was a bop. It was a complete banger. I thought it was excellent. And like, is it Statler and Waldorf or something like that?
Statler and Waldorf, the old guys, yeah. Yeah.
Last year was absolute peak, and then seeing them continue with the Muppet Respect, I just want to point that out. It's like got to be one of my highlights of the show. As ridiculous as it may sound, I thought that song was hilarious. Hearing Ralph say like Undertale, Donkey Kong Bonanza, damn it was hilarious. I just enjoyed it a lot.
Oh yeah, then I need to catch up. I don't think I've actually watched some of those Muppet segments. I need to do that. That sounds so fun. But
I'll link you after. It's hilarious.
Yes, and yeah, Breadbug Grant is working on Bradley. That he's been with the project since day one. Matter of fact, that we talked with him earlier this year, and Sam even mentioned that Grant was already working on some tracks back then in April. But yeah, he's been close.
That's true.
He wants to say he wants to keep working with Davide because he loves just working with him as a developer. I think he mentioned that he has that spirit of the Stamper Brothers, and that's why he loves continuing to work with his projects there.
Yeah, comparing Davide's team and like a lot of the team that's actually moved with him, so much of the art department as well, just moving with him from the Rabbids Ubisoft team, Ubisoft Milan, I believe it was, directly over to this new Day for Nights, or am I saying it correctly, Day for Night?
I think it's Day for Night, yeah.
But, yeah, just so cool. And I will mention briefly the other guy who, forgive me again, I forget his name, works alongside Davide as the lead creator. He also worked on the recent, or should I say the late Perfect Dark reboot. So yeah, a lot of untapped potential in these two individuals and their teams, and I am stoked to see what they come up with.
I really am too. Super Josh mentions some highlights: Mega Man Dual Override, Pragmatic Switch 2 Port, Order of the Sinking Star, Exodus, Gang of Dragon, 007 First Light, Ace Combat Wings of Thieves, and Star Wars Galactic Racer. I don't think I've watched most of these trailers, so I have to...
Okay, I will admit, almost half of them I wasn't sure of. Exodus, I looked it up. Exodus looks very interesting. Heavy subject matter, but interesting. Ace Combat is like the peak as far as like aerial dogfighting gameplay goes. Absolute peak of it. Would love if Nintendo brought Star Fox for that genre, but I digress. And then I also want to mention, Star Wars Galactic Racers. I'm not sure what that entails, but as a big fan of like Star Wars Starfighter games, Rogue Squadron games, and especially Episode 1 Racer.
Yes.
I had it on PC. I had it on N64. We have it on Switch. It's one of my favorites from my childhood. And yeah, I definitely thought that looked cool. I do want to mention also, it wasn't KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, but it was like the director of that game coming back for a new Star Wars series and in that flavor. That was another reveal that was really exciting in the Star Wars category, but yeah, most of these answers are pretty darn good. I was able to learn about Exodus through these answers, so it's pretty good, Josh.
You want to go over Gothic's answer there for the Game Awards?
Yep, and shout out Gothic Teddy Bear once more. He's been on the show quite a few times. Has a great channel, DK Freedom, which you guys can check out on YouTube, which he does in Dreams. Dreams, by the way, has had a lot of really cool stuff recently.
I'm going to get it here soon, sometime here very soon, so I can finally play the new banjo, and then maybe try that courage game. And people are apparently coming up with really cool stuff.
I was going to mention the Courage game. Like, there's been like 2 or 3 of the last year that are like really impressive, mostly dedicated fan projects. But oh my gosh, so cool! And the Gothic, like I said, DK Freedom on that. Check it out. But Gothic Teddy Bear says Jenny Kid slaying Heart of Gold. She is so talented and gifted. Funny how her last name is Kid.
Yes.
Nintendo gives us a semblance of continuity with Dixie and Diddy recalling DKC2 events, which I love, by the way. Yet throw Pauline into absolute canon disarray. As for New Year, more Bonanza DLC, which I will echo that. I'm booting up Bonanza like once a month for these events.
I haven't gotten it yet. I wanted to. It's just I can't even scrap together $20 for a DLC because it's freaking Christmas time.
I feel that. Well, we'll see in the future. I think I have some ideas that might help with that. But yeah, if you have a chance, and anyone listening as well, the DLC is it was mixed, but I think given the different aspects that come with it, depending on the person, this new roguelike gameplay with Donkey Kong is really cool, and these events are really fleshing it out, increasing at least my value, my perceived value. But yeah,
Yes.
it's fantastic. I think great answer, man. And I will say, Jenny Kidd dressing as Pauline was a pretty
Yes.
nice touch during the performance there.
For sure.
Yeah, she killed it.
Yeah, she definitely did. And and if they do come up with more DLC, I would love it if they did something like a more another Kremlin focused campaign to kind of add more to the. Well, anyways, that's kind of out there now.
I feel like DLC is it's a double-edged sword, but I feel like there's some potential now, and if nothing else, statues. But I will say they have announced now Snowmads. In Japan they announced, and of course everyone gets that information. But Snowmads are the next event in January, so looking forward to that.
I kind of like how they're kind of like recognizing all of Donkey Kong's like history there, and just really acknowledging it. I think that's great, and it kind of one Twitter person mentioned like they made like a rogue gallery, and it's like, okay, celebrating all of Donkey Kong's history. I'm all for that. Bug mentioned still waiting on the Bluster Kong statue. We'll see if they make that deep of a cut.
Well, I still find it like sus and almost not a coincidence that there's a boss named Bluster Wing. It's a weird coincidence, but anyway, yeah. Once the Bluster Kong statue hits, I think that game will have transcended into like God tier at that point.
It will have. I did want to mention though, there's been some debate about Pauline, but I don't remember the name of the content creator. But there's one content creator that was basically making the point that you can kind of make Pauline make sense if basically you say that Nintendo has retconned Cranky Kong as the original Donkey Kong and made Donkey Kong the original Donkey Kong. He basically makes that as a theory in his video, using a number of points.
There's a couple interesting theories, and I mentioned back with Just Nintendo and with Drew in our Donkey Kong Bonanza review of Return of the Kong, which we put a lot of passion to. Check that out if you want to have an hour review. But we mentioned and I mentioned, like I said, with Just Nintendo, we might do some more Bonanza content. Remains to be seen, but we will be talking about Bradley the Badger here soon. And
yes,
yeah, I have some theories of my own on the lore for Bonanza, I will say. But yeah.
And there's apparently a Banana Slam move in the DLC that Breadbug mentions here.
Yep. Yeah. It's Banana Slam. It's one of the perks in the DLC. There's so many cool references, like Drew said. They kind of like touch upon a little bit of everything, even the cartoon. Yes, so cool.
Soldrix mentions, I thought it was always strange that Cranky was at OGDK. And yeah, I mean, that was something that Rare did say it back in the 90s, but Nintendo really hasn't themselves emphasized it. They really haven't said it themselves in at least, from one video looked at, over 20 years. Although he did mention, yes, the recent dialogue in Bonanza kind of alludes to it, but he says, oh, that's only the American translation, or something, where it's like that was added into the American or something. So they're picking and choosing maybe a little bit there, but we'll see.
They leave it pretty open-ended. But they have some nice callbacks and stuff. And I think originally it was, of course, Rare being like, well, our DK is not going to be mean and grumpy, so we have to have a designated mean and grumpy Kong, and therefore Cranky
Kong. I want to mention, I think one really cool moment at the Game Awards for a lot of especially Smash fans was the Sephiroth reveal in over 5 years ago now. That the trailer, of course, was sick, and it was also the last time we really saw Banjo-Kazooie in any official gaming capacity. Just that 1 second, or 2 second shot of them looking up there is like, oh gosh, still looks fantastic. It makes me still they have so much potential. They have so much potential as characters, and it's just untapped. It's right there. It's just right there.
Yeah. And I didn't even remember Sephiroth was at. Was it at the VGAs you were saying, or
no? It was at the Game Awards. It was at the Game Awards. Matter of fact, it was the first thing that I remember when I watched it live, and it was the first announcement. I think they even in the pre-show, or maybe it was the first thing either in the pre-show or in when the show officially started, that there was here's the Sephiroth reveal. Here's Smashed, and it was cool. Really well made trailer, actually.
Yeah, and I will say they did also reveal. What's his name? Joker from Persona.
The Game Awards. Yes.
Cool.
And Breadbug mentions the fossil for Arcade DK describes it as a certain Kong in his prime. That combined with Cranky mentioning Arrival and Overalls makes it think they're still going with it. Yeah, and so I think there may be some mixed messaging going on there. But yeah, there seems to be at least some part in Nintendo that thinks, yeah, still considers him the original OG DK there. And Too Fast Tubino, I will give a shout out to him. Honestly, he's a funny content creator who just comes up with these kind of funny little sarcastic sounding little videos, and he's got a great sense of humor. He covered the recent Banjo-Kazooie mod, and matter of fact, every December he covers a bunch of mods, and he reviews them and gives his thoughts on them. And he mentions the Street Fighter movie looks fun. I think it'll be one of those video game adaptations that isn't somehow ashamed of the fact that it was a video game at one point. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do a video game movie. Just make it like a video game. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I don't know. They had a lot of cameos of actors for that movie. I think it's like the whole roster, for lack of a better word, almost. Mm-hmm. But yeah, seems interesting, seems cool. And yeah, Phantom McBain, I think?
Phantom Bane, that's what he's called on YouTube, yes. Yep.
Yeah, some good stuff there. And he did a video about, I believe it was Nuts and Bolts not too long ago. That was really, really good as well. So good stuff.
Yeah, the intro to that was like Chef's Kiss. It was so good.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Holly Johnny Tony says, when I saw the reveal for the Control sequel, I was literally jumping on my mom's couch like how Tom Cruise did in Oprah. Not even joking. The Control sequel, was that this year or was that like some other year? Or yeah, what is Control?
That's this year. I don't know too much about it, but I know a few people. It was like some of the big ones that were announced that were mostly CG trailers, but they were big. Besides the KOTOR one I mentioned, Star Wars was like Control and of course Divinity by the Expedition 33 guys. But yeah, Control is one I'm not too knowledgeable in, but I know a few people that were excited for it, which, yeah, looks interesting.
Yeah, the Street Fighter, Breadbug mentioned Street Fighter movie seems dumb, but in a fun way. I like fun and dumb. I'm kind of a fan of watching that kind of a movie.
Yeah, fun and dumb is what we're here for. But I think like Minecraft is one that comes to mind that seems fun and dumb that I want to see, and I haven't watched yet. Anything with Jack Black, I'll watch it once, 100%. I just need to get to it.
Yes. You want to read a Warrior Bros answer there?
Yeah, absolutely. So Warrior Bros, another awesome member and longtime like social media buddy and an awesome member of the Kooky Crew community, says, I didn't watch the Game Awards, which is on brand, usually catches recaps, but I really enjoyed the Muppets bits, which, yes, base.
Yes.
But the thing I'm most looking forward to next year is the DLC for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I know next to nothing on Nintendo's 2026 lineup, which I think it's fair to say that like 2026 is like as far as we know now. Like a lot of times Nintendo will have reveals like the unfortunate circumstance of like Metroid Prime 4 that are years out. But really, I think the latest thing we have now is like Tomodachi Life for like late 26,
and somewhere
which is also Switch.
And Rhythm Heaven somewhere out there, which they just completely forgot about, like after like announcing over a year ago. And like that's like what?
Did that one not have a release? Did that one not have a vague launch date? Release date when not at all?
I think they said 2026 and they announced it in 2024. You know, it was just like, I was like, what's the point? It was
that Tomodachi Life, and then I mean it was those things that were like the only things that come to mind that are like the latest stage, and which is 2026 that we know. So I'm sure Nintendo, especially with things like Bonanza and Mario Kart World being revealed and then months later being released,
or maybe it was early 2024. Maybe it was like the first direct in 2024. But yeah, it was still like early direct 2025. I mean, maybe that's when they revealed those. So it could have been that early. I just know it was like a particularly, for some reason, like surprisingly eventful Switch direct. It was the last Switch focused direct before they revealed the Switch 2. Before the Switch 2 direct. Yeah, they had a Switch focus direct. That's right.
And Brett does say in the chat, Yoshi and Fire Emblem also, which that's a good point. The Yoshi game looks really interesting.
Yes.
I think it's a step up from Crafted World, and I loved Woolly World, but I'm looking forward to seeing more. Yeah, for sure. And Fire Emblem, I'm not huge on, but I have friends that are like losing it, that want to wait to get a Switch 2 for that. So yeah, definitely hype. And welcome to the chat, Super Batchy Bro. We actually just read your question just about a moment ago. So,
yes.
It'll be in the VOD there, but yeah, thanks for joining, man.
Of course, good to have you here. Nat Zooey, a great artist over on multiple platforms, Twitter and Blue Sky. She mentions seeing that Bradley the Badger game and recognizing the soundtrack as Grand Kirkhope's was the biggest surprise for me this year. Also, Rolf mentioning Tomodachi Life in his and Miss Piggy's song. Yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Speaking of the devil, we were just talking about July, but yeah, I think it's really cool. Still, like I said, that's gonna be something, and I gotta share it with you right after the stream, Drew. So remind me. But that's gonna be something I revisit because I've already revisited it a few times. The song about Video Game Awards by the Muppets, peak, absolute writing with fire, peak,
Yes.
piano on fire. But yeah, it was awesome.
Rolf.
Nice. Hey again, Sel. Thanks for joining. It's my girlfriend Sel, which, like we said earlier, Sel the Badger on Blue Sky and Twitter. Great artist who's done a lot of our thumbnails, and just really, really cool person. I'm a bit biased, but really cool person.
Oh, no, Dink Means. Merry Christmas to you as well. Welcome. Well, good to have you here.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, man. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. And Breadbug also mentions on Blue Sky, anything Bonanza related getting attention to the Game Awards, from winning Best Family to Jenny Kid performing Heart of Gold. Looking forward to Mega Man Duel Override and plan to get into Resident Evil. Bought 4 remake a while back, so Requiem interests me too. Yeah, some more mentions of Bonanza stuff, and yeah, some great announcements like Mega Man for sure.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. I really think like Dual Override is, like I said before, the best Mega Man's looked, and I'm surprised it was 2027 actually. But still stoked to see it when it comes out. I'll let them cook, just like Bradley the Badger and all that. Let them cook.
Of course, let them cook. You want to go over a Yoshi-verse answer there?
Yeah, sure. So on Blue Sky, Yoshi of Earth, who's also I've seen her around, and you might have as well in the Rare social media space. Really big Rare fan, cool gaming fan. She said, Mega Man, again, another Mega Man, being once again resurrected from the dead, got me hyped. Audiomech, is one on my radar, which is a really cool looking, like, I think it's the developers Audio Surf. It's a really cool, like, rhythm game sort of thing. It looks really interesting. It was in the pre-game, or the pre-show. And like, yep, Audio Surf 1 and 2 are fantastic. Ace Combat 8 was also a huge surprise. Coven of the Chicken Foot as well, which
Coven of the Chicken Foot. That sounds wild.
It is wild, Drew. So if you know Studio Ghibli, it's 110% inspired by that style of storytelling and art. It looks interesting. It's also kind of like in the style of like The Last Guardian, or like the type of genre as Arlo describes it, which is like almost an unnamed genre. It's like having a little friend that you command to do most of the problem-solving sort of game. Like, really cool. Looks really interesting, man. Like, and then, of course, and this is on brand for Yoshi of Earth, Bradley the Badger has me interested. Albeit a little upset personally, as I can't stop thinking how much it feels like it could have been the perfect concept for a new Conquer game. Yes. Which isn't fair to Bradley the Badger team, but I'm sure you get what I mean. Which I kind of do. I think I made a comment somewhere where it was like, Banjo-Kazooie flavor in a Conquer style meta game with like the UI of Little Big Planet, count me in. Like I'm 100%.
And Soldrix mentions, too bad Bradley the Badger couldn't be Bumper the Badger. Yeah, I think even like when I first saw the Day for Night studio, which we now apparently that is Bradley the Badger, the on their logo for Day for Night, and I thought, oh, that looks like Bumper the Badger, and like they went for a Bumper the Badger-esque kind of rare character there, and
I don't know if he kept his goggles in the final. I have to go back and watch the trailer. I don't know if he kept his goggles, but he has even the goggles on his little hat there. And Drew mentioned it in the video. You can look in our collaboration section with Drew Stalgic's channel, how we originally posted it. The reveal of the studio, Drew said verbatim that it looked like Trumpet Badger.
Yes, and Sel the Badger mentions also making homemade pasta sauce. That sounds delicious. I love me some pasta. A matter of fact, something I've recently done is a recipe called chicken spaghetti, which actually is really good. You just spaghetti noodles, make kind of like a creamy, like a tomatoey red with a green chili sauce, and it's really, really good. I'm baking in the oven there. I'm Bumper.
That does sound good.
The video mentions Bumper there.
I was gonna say rest in peace, but I don't know. DK Vine has a funny little in joke about it. Is Bumper still canonically in jail? I'll have to ask DK Vine. I don't remember. Prisons. Sorry.
Yes.
But all right.
Gabe Ocarina. Gabe. Yes. You want to go ahead and talk about his answer there?
Sure. Gabe is a really good friend of mine. Also a Mario Kart entrepreneur. one of the only people that in my competitive sweaty nature in the new Mario Kart can actually like level me. but he has a great YouTube channel, Gabe Ocarina 96. A lot of really good covers. He's actually done a couple Christmas covers here recently. Stuff that you can find on our social medias. Really good stuff. Definitely check out his channel. But he said, and it's very on brand, my favorite moment of the VGAs was breaking through performance for sure. It made me all emotional. In terms of games, I'm extremely hyped for Resident Evil, which, hey, we haven't mentioned Resident Evil yet. I was kind of surprised. I'm not really a big fan of the series, but I respect it and its impact. But seeing Leon show up on screen, even I was like, oh, what's Leon? Like, they haven't had him in the Resident Evil series.
No, they haven't.
Quite some time. So that's awesome. But and then, of course, continuing his answer, Bradley the Badger will also be on my radar now that I know that Davide is making it. Which,
yes,
yeah, and Gabe is actually he's done some covers of Grant Kirkhope, and it talks a lot with Grant Kirkhope there. So, like, yeah, definitely on brand. And looking forward to it as well.
Very much so.
You want to go over Matt's answer there, Drew?
Of course. In addition to the 3 moments alluded to in the original post, I love Jenny Kidd showing up during the Game of the Year Orchestra medley, singing a live rendition of Breaking Through, Heart of Gold. And yes, Breadbug, you also did mention Resident Evil there. So, yes.
Wow.
Yes, you did mention
true.
that. We apologize. We have a lot of answers that we're going over. Well,
sorry, that's true.
Our sincerest apologies. I mentioned to love Jenny Kidd showing up during the Game of the Year Orchestra medley, singing a live rendition of Breaking Through, and yeah, that was a great moment. I watched that clip. It's just she has a great voice there.
I think Jenny Kidd. I will give it to the show. Like I tend to skip through, but the show being even like worth seeing recaps of instead of just seeing the reveals themselves, I will give them credit where credit's due. Having some of the performances on stage, having the music and the orchestrated performances, even assist with some of the reveals on stage, and the Muppets, it was pretty darn good. And Jenny Kidd, she killed it. So we gotta give him credit.
Of course. Ishtar mentions, I'm excited to see more Stupid Never Dies, but Divinity of the new Star Wars Old Republic game looks interesting. I'm not really mad to see if any of the games I liked lost. I'm mostly glad to see they would at least get some attention at least. I don't try to focus too much on who wins. I think a lot of us knew that Expedition 33 was going to, win. Of course, we all love Bonanza, me and Sam here, but like there's a number of good games that came out this year. And of course, DK Bonanza still got that recognition, and that it was a part of the show. It was a part of the celebration there, and it's made that kind of an impact.
And Nintendo, once again, with Donkey Kong Bonanza, won the Family Game of the Year. So,
yes.
That's awesome.
The Nintendo, or AKA the Nintendo Award.
The Nintendo Award, yeah.
So, Quarterbuncher64 says, pretty much everything you showed here is what I liked about the show. I hope Bradley the Badger gets a Switch 2 port in the future. I think it probably will be ported over to other systems. That's probably in the pipelines there. You wanted to... Oh, we have a long answer here. Do you happen to have that one somewhere on hand there, Sam?
Rob's or Dank Memes? Yeah, I actually don't. No, the two answers I can't read, that's one of them.
Yes, I do. I think I got it here. I can pull it up, and we'll go ahead and go over it. Though we think we might take a brief intermission here moment in a little bit. So, but we're going to try to get through at least this second set of questions here. Mentions that I think you know what my favorite reveal was at TGA Gang of Dragons. That was that and Phasmophobia on Switch. As for next year, whatever Sonic Crossroads and MKW got planned, I dog an MKW a lot because it had a good idea, just didn't execute it well. Hoping it gets to a state where I enjoy it. News on the other Sega games that being Jet Set Radio, Virtua Fighter 6, Stranger Than Heaven, Crazy Taxi, Streets of Rage, and the next mainline Sonic. And the biggest one for me is what Valve is doing. The Steam Machine Frame and Steam Controller 2 in early 2026, we're still waiting on price and release. However, with new hardware, they usually put on new software. The Steam Index, Half-Life Alyx, the Steam Deck, Arpenger Labs. Rumors are that the new hardware will launch with Half-Life 3. All of 2025, there are leaks and file name codes, names being leaked in relation to Half-Life 3. So that's probably the biggest thing. Was meant to be announced sooner, but the price of RAM now impacted due to AI has changed all that. Half-Life 3 would be a bombshell It would just be, it would be nuts. And it would be an atomic bomb in the gaming landscape.
Oh yeah, and like that's pretty on brand. Copium, he's in the chat. Copium is real, boys. Which like there was a lot of people after the show I saw in like a live chat where they're like, "Oh no, Half-Life 3, boo." It's like, well, if you hinge your appreciation of the show depending on a single reveal, you're gonna have a bad time. But
Yes.
yeah, no, there's been a lot of that talk, like all over the place. That one song that people made regarding Gabe counting to 3.
Yes.
I've seen that being shared a lot. There's a lot of people that are seeing a lot of rumors and like speculation around it. So that would be cool. After all these years, that would be awesome. And I think it was called Gang Dogs, that Yakuza game. I think fairly confident it's like a Yakuza game, not in the series, but rather it's about a Yakuza. Definitely on brand and looks really cool. Looks really interesting. Definitely a different take on how they have done it as far as the actual Yakuza series. Seeing someone inspired by the same material, really cool.
It is. You want to go over a Super Apache Bros answer in the Discord there?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And so Super Apache Bro says another great answer. Main favorite reveal, Bradley the Badger, which couldn't agree more. Already looking to be the next Expedition 33 winner to show up Ubisoft in the Game Awards by the X-Devs, which how great would that be? Davide not only getting more of the actual recognition he deserves, but also kind of pushing aside Ubisoft in their not great practices lately. I like a lot that Ubisoft has done. I like a lot of their IPs, but definitely a deserved backhand by Davide. I really hope so.
Yeah, Super Apache Bros is here for us to read his question. Yes, he made it in time for this one.
This one you're here for. But like I say, we always have a VOD after. You guys can always skip through, and I will put some timestamps in there. But other great moments he mentions are Donkey Kong Bonanza winning, which was great for the family game. Piggy and Rolf's song roasting the Jeff and the awards. Yeah, that was great. Tomb Raider double game reveal. Yeah, I didn't actually mention that. So seeing and like knowing initially that it was a brand new game when they first revealed they were working on the game for I believe next year, or rather 2027, was it? I can't remember. I think they might both be 2026. I'd be shocked, but I know the remake going into after this new game reveal for Tomb Raider, immediately same studio mentioning they're making a remake of the first game and almost sort of like a reimagining, faithful but like redesigned and to be modern. Definitely cool, and looking forward to seeing how those turn out. And he mentions as well Mega Man's return and anticipation for New Year, the reveal of the next mainline 3D Mario game, which I feel like is an approaching inevitability.
It could happen. It very well easily could happen there. Brigo mentions Brigo, great artist over you can see over on Blue Sky and a few other places there. Mentions Bradley the Badger for her best reveal. Twinana just mentions Muppets. Now
that's one great answer.
I believe though that we have gotten to the end of our second question. Now, I just wanted to. I'm feeling I just need to take a quick intermission for a few minutes here, and we'll be back and we'll be talking about our third question. We'll be discussing favorite holiday tunes and music for gaming. There, we'll be back in just a few. There, be right back, everyone.
See you in a minute.
And we are now back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. We're now going to head into our third question, which is we wanted to ask, what are your favorite holiday music from a game or a top few tunes for the season? And we have the very first one playing right here, which I think is a very common answer, especially in our fandom, which is good old Freezezy Peak there. You want to go over your answer there, Sam?
Yeah, sure. So I think I did. Yeah, I think this was like the only one I actually did type a reference on. But yeah. So for me, it's obviously the image prompts as usual for me. Like it goes without saying what we were playing earlier, and as a few, I'm sure, as Drew just said, we'll answer in our answers here. But Freezy Peak is peak. It's gotta be one of my absolute favorites. For me, it's I gotta mention of the Mario series. It's Shiveria from Mario Odyssey. It's just such a nice little like tune. It has such a like cheeriness about it, almost like a Celtic sort of theming to it. It's just so joyous, and like it feels fantastic for these little doofy looking polar bears. It just fits so well with them and their little like festive little town. I absolutely adore it.
Yes.
That's another good one.
It really is.
And we will get a few more answers from this game, so we will play some of the songs later too. But Diddy Kong Racing is, as Drew mentioned earlier, and we were eager to talk about this for this music section. Just it almost like embodies, kind of like Shiveria as well. It just embodies like the Christmas spirit. Like it has it's such like what feel like now traditional like reoccurring tracks, at least in my Christmas playlists. Like Walrus Cove and Frosty Village. I think for me, I'd have to say or I think maybe I'd prefer Walrus Cove. I think Walrus Cove is probably my favorite of the two. And like I said, we'll get more answers of those in the future answers as well. But definitely a great one. And then I do want to make a shout out, which we will play here in a moment after we play a little Diddy Kong Racing. Big Snowman, which I don't know how many people know of it, but Snowboard Kids, they tried to reboot the series on 3DS later on.
Huh,
but,
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, actually Atlas, the creators of Persona series and some other great games like, I think it's called Caroline, or Coraline? No, Caroline, I think. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Big Snowman is just a complete bop, and Snowboard Kids on the Nintendo 64, 1 and 2, are some of my favorite games. I actually don't currently still own either of them, and 2 is a pretty penny now. But yeah, great game, and Big Snowman is just like an absolute nostalgic track and has that Christmas spirit like a lot of these tracks do. Nostalgia punch and then knocked out by the Christmas joy. Just complete like bangers.
And Breadbud mentions here that something we've talked about a few times, maybe a number of times we've mentioned, just put Diddy Kong Racing on NSO. It's right there. We have the rare Nintendo like collaboration happening again. This is just one of those ones where just put it there. It literally can't exist without their collaboration on like on a service, because it's like it has both Nintendo and Microsoft IP on there. So you have to, it's it. You just do it. Just do it.
I mean, I've echoed the same sentiment before, and I will say I've said this before as well. But like, I never thought this would happen in both cases, but especially with Battletoads. Like even if we got Battletoads, I never in a million years expected to get Battletoads Double Dragon. Even if Rare somehow agreed to it, I didn't think all parties involved would agree. And same goes with GoldenEye 007. Like, right now, the door is completely open. It's just a matter of showing up to the party.
Yes, exactly. We're just waiting for it to show up, and I think we'll definitely get to playing it like ASAP once that. Well, hopefully when that does drop here.
Yeah. I do want to say too.
Yes.
Like, if you guys haven't, like, look up. They have a lot of like mods for like I mentioned like the Snowboard Kids games, but like just look up the original gameplay of Snowboard Kids. If you ever want like a Christmas racer, it's right there with Diddy Kong Racing. Like it's just fantastic. And yeah, I really want to really quickly before we move on to Gabe's answer mention the last thing honorable mention I want to say is Ice Cave Chant, because for some reason for me I love In a Snowbound Land the Donkey Kong Country 2 ice theme, but Ice Cave Chant from DKC1 has like a little more of that Christmassy-ness to it, and I don't know why. It's just one that I listen to still to this day. I absolutely love it.
I'm gonna pull it up here for a second.
We can play that. We can actually play that later too. I know it's on the playlist when it pops up, but like, yeah, either way, because like Gabe's answer has a lot of that DKR. We have You want me to go over Gabe's answer really quick as well, Drew?
Yes, mentions some of the priors, Frosty Village, Walrus Cove, and Freezy Peak, of course. Winters from Earthbound, Snowball Park, 3D Mario 3D World, Toy Day, Animal Crossing, and a little light snowfall from Yoshi's Woolly World are also right up there, putting me in the Christmas spirit each year. The Badger, the second racer I played, she played Diddy Kong Racing. That was the second racer she played then?
Oh, the second racer. So Diddy Kong Racing and Banjo-Kazooie, Cell here, Invader Zim in the chat being like my girlfriend. Banjo-Kazooie is the first game she played. So the second racer must be Snowboard Kids, I imagine. Then.
Ah, okay.
So it was also one of the first games I've owned. Yeah, that's awesome.
That is really cool.
Yeah. And Ice Cave Chant, like that's playing right now. Like I said, man, it's just I don't know why it always gets me in the heart. Like it always gets me.
And then and one of the great ice pieces of music written by Evelyn Novakochak. Just like she wrote like about half the Donkey Kong Country soundtrack, and I don't think she gets enough recognition for it. She's really one of the goats with the Donkey Kong composers there.
Yeah, she's great. And Gabe, like I said, it's totally on brand to answer with some more Diddy Kong Racing. But yeah, Winters. There's a few in Earthbound. There's two. I think there's like Snowy and Winters, and I think someone answered with Snowy or Snowman or something later. But Winters is definitely a different vibe to it. It's like it's definitely like a somber, but it's definitely like the Earthbound, like kind of out of this world, but relaxing, somber, and I can see the Christmassy in it. Like,
yes,
definitely a cool track. I was able to discover some and rediscover some that I haven't heard in a long time. It is a relaxing song, Soldrix. Like, yeah, or Solderix. Sorry about that pronunciation, but yeah, definitely really good. And I was impressed. I had heard a bit of it, and making this playlist, I was able to revisit a lot of these. So, like, yeah, just excellent answers there, man.
Truly excellent answers. I play a bit of also like Snowball Park. Matter of fact, I think I've even played on the previous like background music we had. It's just a nice little wintry adventure song. And this song was also in Mario 3D Land, the 3DS game, and they just came up with a really just nice little orchestrated updated version for 3D World, and it sounds great. It has nice and Christmassy and I love it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and in fact, that's one that like feels like it's like I kind of like a lot of the ones that we mentioned now, but this one feels like it's just formulated. I mean, it is, but formulated to be an iconic like Christmas season classic. Like, I think I could be mistaken, but I think in the app right now of the Nintendo Online app on the Switch menus, I believe that the holiday special thing they kind of updated with the theming. I believe it plays this song.
I'd have to look up. I don't know if I don't think 3D World is on the soundtracks, but like I don't know. I'd have to dig into that a bit. Bredma mentions playing through 3D World was funny since half the experience was like, oh, this is where that song comes from. Yeah, there's a lot of good music in 3D World. There really, really is. And of course, I think probably the biggest one that came out that was Bowser Sing. That was just like so catchy and so fun.
Yeah, and this is a big one. Like, it transcends the game itself. Like, people who haven't played it have still heard the song. It's great.
Yeah, really, really good. I'm going to play a bit of a Toy Day here.
Toy Day, I do recognize. I think I played Wild World and City Folk. So I've kind of fallen out of the off the wagon of Animal Crossing for quite some time. But it's one that I think has been reoccurring. I know it's in New Horizons, or is it New Horizons? Yeah, New Horizons, I think it's called. And then I know it's a New Leaf. It's in Wild World. It's been like a regular reoccurring one, and I really enjoy it. Animal Crossing is like another relaxing, just a vibe.
This really is. It is relaxing, and I haven't played a lot of Woolly World, but yeah, immediately I hear it. It's very Christmassy.
Yeah, and Woolly World is also like, it's kind of an underrated one. Like, I didn't care for Crafted World on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But and a couple of Yoshi's games have been hit or miss. Like, they're not bad at all, just simplistic, and that's kind of Yoshi's approach. But in my opinion, like Yoshi's Island and Yoshi's Woolly World and Yoshi's Story, as strange, fever dreamy, and gremlin-like Yoshi's Story may be, those three are probably my favorite ones. Like, Yoshi's Woolly World has, on top of just being an excellent design and gameplay, albeit more simplistic, has that challenge in sections, and the music though just takes it up to another level. The Christmas music here is so good, so cheery, but also they have some like good villainous music, like in the castles in Yoshi's Woolly World. Absolute bangers, like just bangers throughout. It's a pretty underrated and one of my favorite Yoshi games.
I need to play through it myself because I think I only played through some of it like on co-op, and I don't think the co-op works well in that game. It just like there's just all kinds of stuff that goes wrong. Like if like you if you fall off a cliff, you lose all your eggs and things like that. It doesn't work that well. I need to try just playing through it myself there because I hear it's good. I just need to play more of it. Breadbug mentions if they re-released it, I wonder if they would add all the ultimate amiibo costumes, which is not a small task, but would be cool. No, they'll bring them all back as like $35 amiibos. That's what they'll do.
Yeah,
that's what they'll do.
They'll bring back the Legacy amiibo collection, and they'll be like $50 a piece. But so I will say though, I did one of the gifts one time my sister and I got from my brother was one of the Woolly World Yoshis, which was probably one of the cutest amiibos they've ever done, with wool as well. Like it was just a really cool thing Nintendo did there.
Worth it for banjo costume. Well, for what exactly? For Smash, or like I'm just trying to get your drift exactly. Do you know what he's talking about? Maybe.
I think he's saying like the ultimate, like the Smash Ultimate amiibo like costumes. I think. Oh
yeah, maybe if they had like a banjo costume, then maybe I'd pay a little more for that, but we'll see.
And you were at Fox Amy's answer, right?
No, I haven't yet. Just mentions a Woolly World banjo skin for amiibo. That I could be on board. Rare Fox Saints mentions Free ZZ Peak because I'm an unoriginal Rare fan. Oh yes, Free ZZ. There's another count for Free ZZ Peak right there. I think we have at least 3 so far that have mentioned.
I mean, I will say, thinking back to like the worlds, the design, and like the aesthetic of the worlds, like there's a lot of Christmassy stuff in different games, but mostly ice being the aesthetic of a lot of Christmassy areas. I think Freezy Peak might take the cake as far as like involving like Christmas tree, Christmas presents, like actual Christmas present fiasco as a challenge in the level. It has the most Christmassy stuff, I feel like.
It really does.
In the level.
It's not just winter, it's specifically Christmas, with its theming, and that's what's cool about it. Zaboy, great guy, a member of the Kooky crew, that does some great editing on some of our videos there, mentions the Jangle Bells from Donkey Kong Country 3, which we actually played last year for the previous Christmas Questions episode. We played Donkey Kong Country 3 and enabled the I forgot the name of the code. I think it's Merry. Yeah, the Merry code, which makes the bonus levels Christmas themed with this music. It was fun.
Yeah, and like I gotta be honest, it's not a game. It does have like there are Christmas elements in that game, like within that game. Not with this song assigned to them, but the little aesthetic changes, the little collectibles within the challenges, every single bonus room, in fact. This is a song that since that stream last year, I've actually fallen in love with because I never was able to experience it until last year with you, Drew. And it's a great song. It's a banger, as per usual.
Yes. And we have with Frostvin mentions the Icicle Grotto from Banjo Tooie, which is another great one here. Just like you hear it inside the caves, and it has a little bit of that almost that spookiness to it. But there's one particular sound effect I hear in my mind when I think of the keys, and those little icicle things that jump up and chase after you.
Yeah, I don't know why that's one of the strangest enemy NPCs, but it's still on brand for Banjo, and it's satisfying to just completely shatter them.
That was the thing with Banjo-Kazooie enemies, that a lot of the enemies, they didn't just they died, they dismembered. They completely shattered apart. That was just like a thing with those enemies.
We used to joke about that rare gore, or like cartoon gore, like when you hit a clan in like Treasure Trove Cove, like completely dismembered.
Yes.
But yeah, good stuff.
Really is great stuff. Yeah, I do like that. Like and it fits with the visuals too. Like honestly, like even to this day, that the visuals inside of the cave with the texture work and that, it just looks so good. Looks really, really good there. And you want to go over? Oh, Breadbug's answer: Valley of Repose in Pikmin 2. Let's get that up right now. Mentions that it's probably the coziest one for me personally. It gives me a lot of great memories every time I hear it. It was also remixed in Pikmin's 3 Distant Tundra slightly. And Breadbug also mentions, I think overall, like Tui's range of moods in its OST. It has a great range of moods in the OST. It goes, you can hear it.
Oh, yeah.
It can sound happy. It can sound more dark. It can sound like just silly. There's a great range in that soundtrack. I agree.
Yeah, Drew and I had mentioned like it's like Tui and DK64 have like some of the most varying like moods throughout the game. Like, yeah, it's just such a good soundtrack. And this Pikmin 2 track is really good as well.
Yes, I think you hear it in like you actually hear it in the first level in Pikmin 2. I think it's the first one you actually go to in that game when you start flipping back and forth between like Olimar and Louis, and yeah, it's one you hear when early on in the game there. Mentions also Blizzard Island Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Sky. That one here.
I hadn't heard this one yet, but prior to Breadbug sharing it, but this was this is one that like as I was telling you last night, it's like it reminds me of why I love doing this. It's like a lot of times Kooky Questions is just kind of a celebration of community and gaming anyway, but getting to learn about new things, new games, and hearing new songs, having like this Christmas celebration special is like, this is one of my favorite parts, man. Like,
yes,
because this is a great team. It's like, really good, and I never heard it before.
I think this is kind of my first time hearing it too, and like I need to play this series too, because I hear it's great. I think I ended up getting one of them for the either the Wii U or the 3DS like before like the eShop closed, and I need to try them out because like I hear they were fantastic games.
Yeah, I got to play a bit through a friend. I'm guilty, never owned one or played through all the way, but yeah, really cool concept. And as someone that used to like, I loved Pokemon, but I would like, as a little kid, I would pretend to be the Pokemon. It's kind of like drinking through for that. It was like, yeah, definitely a really cool approach for a Pokemon game.
I love a PMD far more than mainline, to be honest, that Breadbug mentions here. Yeah, looks like an entirely different type of gameplay there. Do you want to go ahead and go over Matt B's answer?
Sure. So Matt B, another person that's been around and supported us on, I think, Blue Sky and Twitter, actually. But so Matt B says, Freezy Peak and Snowman. There's the one I was mentioning. Freezy Peak, of course, fantastic. But Snowman from Earthbound, which is another one that I had heard a bit of. I think it's played through Earthbound once. That might be. I know there's a few in that, but yeah, I've heard Snowman. But yeah, just going back and appreciating it, it's like, yeah, I mean, like I said, one reason I love this and a great song. It's just really cool vibe, different vibe that only Earthbound can manage it. But the series, he says, those are the ones that come to mind or to his head first. When it comes to holiday video game music, he also loves, as we've gotten quite a few honorable shout outs and mentions, Snowball Park from Super Mario 3D World. He also mentions Icicle Mountain from Super Smash Bros. Melee, which I didn't remember that until I looked it up again. And yeah, I don't know why, but I was like, I guess it's a game that I played so much, but I don't know why. As I was saying, I just feels like it was one that was more niche, but going back, just really appreciate it. And it's like a hidden gem. It's definitely really good, Icicle Mountain. And then he also mentions Snowy from Undertale as a classic too, which Snowy is kind of like kind of a rehashing of like the theme of like traveling through Undertale, and it's like a more Christmassy version. I do want to make a shout out. The one answer I did have that I did skip in my image prompts earlier to this question, Snowden, which we should play after this.
Yes.
Snowy is good, but it's like a simple, like I said, a kind of a Christmas variant of like one of the Undertale main themes. But Snowden is excellent, and much like Icicle Mountain, it's one that just like hits that vibe and aesthetic. But Snowden is one that we kind of mentioned more so like Breezy. It's like a little Christmas town, Christmas tree, everyone sharing Christmas presents, and it's one that really sticks out to me. So that's one part of my answer I totally forgot.
And earlier. Yes, Breadbug, I do remember you did recommend that mystery dungeon game to me, and I still like. I think it's somewhere lingered in my backlog. I think I might have booted it up. Maybe even one of my kids booted it up. I need to get into the game myself and finally try it. There are just so many games in my backlog, as I imagine a lot of us do.
I would love. Is it Redbug? It's not in I think I would have known if it was NSO, but then again, I say that and it could be something I missed. But I haven't seen much Pokemon in NSO. Period.
Yeah,
so
there hasn't.
I would love that as an inclusion.
Yes. And yeah, we have just to mention for a second about Melee here, the Ice Climbers, that they brought them back as characters. They gave them this awesome remix, these two obscure little NES characters, and they kind of, in a way, kind of revived them a bit as characters, just even from Smash and being in Smash Brothers. It was a neat little interesting inclusion to put in that game.
Totally. And I think that's almost for a lot of us, we've mentioned this before in prior videos, but I'm talking about Earthbound again. Ness, I personally, and I feel like I'm not alone. A lot of people didn't really know who that was, but Smash Bros kind of introduced us to him.
Yes.
Captain Falcon for me as well. And yeah, just, quite a few series. Kid Icarus, definitely a few that and to mention the NES era, with the Ice Climbers, definitely cool to see things like Kid Icarus be respected in Nintendo's history and legacy via Smash Bros. There.
They've done a lot of bringing it to Smash Brothers. There is apparently a mystery dungeon game that's on GBA NSO, so I guess we'll have to check it out there some one of these days here. And
cool.
Oh yeah, so moving on to our next one from Soldrix, definitely Sonic 3 Ice Cap Zone. And I remember watching a video that kind of broke down the Michael Jackson influence on the old Sonic 3 soundtrack, and there's
involvement, not even influence, actual involvement by Michael Jackson. It's incredible, super cool.
Yeah, people have kind of mashed songs like this one with his actual songs, and yeah, you can hear it, some of his songs going directly into the soundtrack, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that's the thing with Sonic is I wasn't big on the classic Sonic. I just wasn't good at it, and I was a Nintendo kid. I owned, of course, some PlayStations, Xboxes. I just didn't have a Sega console. But every single time, Sonic Mania is no exception. That there's a 2D, and most every Sonic game, but especially the 2D. And I will say, you know what? Every Sonic game.
Yeah, Sonic game by default has fantastic music.
But there's something you said, that vibe of almost a funk, kind of like Michael Jackson vibe. It's just, I feel like Sonic sets the bar. It's kind of almost Mega Man-esque, but Sonic has its own vibe. It's like a series like Pokemon. You can be sure, even if you're not 100% in the game, bangers are going to be occurring.
Yes. Dank Beans mentions the Ice Cap song mention. It is a banger, Soldrix, so we definitely agree. Hard Times, Happiest Days in My Life. Are those song lyrics from a Michael Jackson song? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Yes.
I'm not as well versed in the Jackson discography as the next guy. But yeah, it's a banger. And I don't know, Hard Times, Happiest Days of My Life, I have to look that up. Tell us, Viddy, what is that? What do you mean? And then Breadbug in the chat also says, this one was Brad Buxer, who was on his sound team, but not MJ himself for Ice Cap Zone. Ice Cap was basically an instrumentation of Jetson's Hard. Oh, okay. So Viddy was, Viddy knew this as well. Hard Times from the Jetsons, 1981, unreleased until 2008. Wow, very cool, guys. Thanks for that little knowledge. That's awesome. That's so cool. That's actually awesome.
Short Storyteller mentions the Frost Moon theme playing right now from Terraria. Terraria deserves more loves. It's a perfect blend of holidays and rock. We can hear that the rock and roll in there. The regular snow theme is great as well, but it always vouches for Frost Moon first. Yeah,
and that's another one. I played a bit of Terraria mostly through other people. I never actually had my own Terraria account or anything, but much like RuneScape, which I actually did play, has a. My brother mentioned this. We didn't include this in the playlist. There's a song called "Escape Santa," which is pretty similar to this, but less rocky. But hearing this one, it does have that Christmas vibe, but rock music. I thought it was fantastic. It's the first time for me hearing it, and yeah, that was a great answer, man. It was a great one.
It is. You want to Well, really quick, a new Wario game, of course. So what On Bread would mention, Shivering Mountains from
How about
Wario
this?
World, just released on Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool too, because like this is on brand for him, but like this game was just released, and I am for the first time ever. I think I can't remember if it was a demo or what I played. I played a bit of it, but I've never sat down, played the game, never had the opportunity, never owned it. So looking forward to it. But Drew, just to reiterate again, this is one of the pinnacles of this community share list. Like this was so good. I thought it was so good. It's like
it's a bomb. It's Wario Christmas, you know.
it's like a Christmas casino. It's like you got that Wario-ness, but it's Christmassy. It's like you said, Wario Christmas.
How come I never noticed that Wario is drooling in that render?
Yeah.
That's what?
The only reason I noticed that is because I can't remember if it was Luigi's Mansion or Sunshine that had like an ad for it, and that's the only way I ever noticed that in past. But yeah. Wow. So good.
Oh.
Everyone in the chat whying.
Wow.
It's so good, guys. I never heard this before. I was pleased as punch. So good.
Matt B also mentioned in a quote tweet on Blue Sky that I actually got a playlist for stuff like this. Feel free to recommend tunes to add. So go to you can go to the original post and you can locate it there. You can feel free to look at and add to that list there. In fact, we probably go ahead and link it in the description of this probably after we're done with this here.
Yeah, and he, of course, Matt B did have an answer like we read earlier, but yeah, you can tell Banjo-Kazooie being off the bat there. I can have a pretty solid guess on what that might be.
Yes, exactly.
But good stuff.
You want to mention Super Josh's answer there?
Oh yeah, sure. And so Super Josh, who I did mention in our Rare special, which check out our Rare special. We have a lot of really cool like fellow Rare fans and community members involved in that, both with the answers, the art, the thumbnail, the community interactions, good stuff. But Josh here, who I only mentioned that because he's been my Sea of Thieves buddy for a couple months there when we were playing it before the end of this last season there. He is a avid multiplayer gamer, and he is a avid and pretty skilled Fortnite player. So seeing this answer from Josh is definitely on brand. But,
this is
yeah,
very
Josh
cozy,
says,
actually.
Yeah,
it's very cozy.
It's very like it has like I feel like it has little like references to actual Christmas songs, but it's very Christmassy, very cozy. It does the job. And seeing Festive from Fortnite Chapter 1, Season 7 from Josh is, like I said, on brand, and a great answer there. Great song I never would have heard before. Yeah,
I'm liking this. It reminds me of like the old and classic songs that we listen to, and then we just like play a mix on the radio or on the station, you know. And it's just like that very like almost like 50s and 60s kind of vibe to it. I like it a lot.
Literally what I was thinking too, and like I said earlier, it's part of what reminds me, like content creation and like doing streaming, gauging what you're supposed to do or like what's the best route is tough. But like this is what like lights my passion for like continuing this series in particular that we started, the Kooky Questions series. These shares and these experiencing these songs that I never would experience before. That's what makes it awesome. And
it does.
Josh being a mod in our Discord there. Hosting that place that, like we said before, check in the description if you guys want to join. Another cool aspect of just sharing things and knowledge I never would have known, and love it. It's what I drive. It's my drive here.
This is what I'm lingering on. This is good. I'll have to listen to more of it, and it's a 10-hour loop, so I could just keep it on somewhere for a while. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, this is one I mentioned here. I don't know why. There's a lot of good holiday songs. This is just the one that came to my mind in particular, which is Sherbert Land originally from a GCN Mario Kart Double Dash, but then has this great little remix in Mario Kart 8. There's actually a number of good winter themes in the Mario Kart series, actually.
Yeah, I think it mentions its track last year, but like it's so good. This is actually like I love Frappe Snowland, of course, because I'm N64 pilled and like I'm a little biased to that era, but like. This song, Sherbert Land, I think is like the pinnacle of the Christmas Mario Kart music. Like, I absolutely love it. Re-listening to it when I read your answer the other day, it's great stuff. It's a great answer, man.
It's Vancouver Velocity. That's one of the
Oh.
That's also in Mario Kart 8, though, isn't it? I believe one of the city
It's
courses.
It's in Tour.
Yes.
And of course, because it's Vancouver Velocity, Mario Kart 8, and they brought it into World. They brought it into World with a new remix, and I'm so glad you mentioned that.
I might have to bring it up later. Yeah.
I think I've mentioned that in like a past one of our collab streams, like that we did on Drew's channel on Mario Kart stream. That like Vancouver Velocity is like one of my absolute favorite songs in Mario Kart in general.
Yes.
And like I lived like 20 minutes from Vancouver when I used to live in Washington State.
Oh man.
20-30 minutes. Yeah, it's just like it hits in more ways than one, but that is one of my favorite ones. And like they themed it around the Winter Olympics, so it does have a little bit of that winter like kind of aesthetic in there. But yeah, great banger. And Biddy says I do kind of like the snow music in Mario Kart 64.
Yes.
Which Frappe Snowland is like that's one that's pretty awesome too. I just can't ever not associate it with like running into snowmen as a kid. But
yes.
I love it. All the same.
Yes, I ran into those snowmen all the time. And they were like, and they just pop out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. Oh, here's one from Gothic Teddy Bear mentions, perhaps it's a bit of a stretch to say, since it's a fan remix, but still technically Walrus Cove of DK Vines. I wish I was the walrus every day.
Yeah, it's one I only heard once. I never even listened to the whole song until last night prior prepping for the stream. But it's one I've heard mentioned back in like 2014, 2015-ish. It's so ridiculous.
Yes.
But it's DK Vine. It's on brand.
It's
and
very...
Viddy said regarding the Mario Kart Christmas music, he said it's Aurora Borealis.
Can I see
Aurora
it?
Borealis.
No. Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this time part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes. But Aurora Borealis, it was genius like description. He said it's like if you turned Aurora Borealis into a song pretty much. So
yes.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Everyone in the chat, can I see it?
No. Oh, that's such a that skit. Honestly, it's just that Simpsons segment. It's just so good on so many levels, and that's why it's been memed to death. You know, and remixed in so many ways.
Yeah, there's so many bits from The Simpsons that I will say I didn't see that one until the memes existed, but I'm glad I did. And I'm glad the pasta sauce turned out good. That's awesome. I'm going to enjoy the pasta sauce later.
Oh man, we got here from Bottles, mentions a couple here. Ukulele, Glitter Glaze Glacier, and this is the original right here, but like the newer one in replay sounds gorgeous. But even the original, I think, sounds really good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think I actually you can't see it, but trust me, it's in this package. I just received Replay like minutes prior to the stream today. So I was supposed to get on the 18th, but I had a cancellation through Walmart. I'm gonna name drop you, Walmart. I've pre-ordered through you so many times, and you just flop every time. But Best Buy came through, and yeah, I'm excited to play Replay. That's gonna be my Christmas game here. I'm definitely excited. But that's a great pick. Glitter Glaze Glacier is probably one of the most, as far as Grant Kirkhope goes, it's almost more like his Viva Pinata, where it's just like that somber, almost like, I mean, fair to say, completely beautiful tracks that are just more like of a, how do you say it? I guess relaxing piece. And I couldn't find it, so I didn't add it to the playlist, but a fan mod of a excellent game, Hat in Time. Bottles also mentions the Free Roam in Snow City, which I looked up and is really an amazing fan mod with some great music. But I wasn't able to find a music track online. But it just has, they use the sound of the original soundtrack of Hat in Time, and they kind of make it sound a little more Christmassy, and it's excellent. But Glitter Glaze Glacier is a peak answer.
You want to go over Kevin's answer there?
Yeah, absolutely. So Kevin, and we mentioned it earlier, is surprise to all but nobody that he started his answer with this. But Kevin says Freezy Peak, Frosty Village, Walrus Cove, which all like peak answers there. And Glitter Glaze Glacier, which we're currently, or we just played. So yeah, great. And then Holiday Broadcasting, which I have played Gex Enter the Gecko, but I have never played the other ones. I believe this was Gex 2, I want to say. But maybe Gex 3. But yeah, I hadn't heard this one before, and it is definitely Christmassy. It is also just a vibe that, for better or worse, only Gex could achieve.
Yes. I haven't played any of the Gex games. So many games I haven't played, either newer ones or classic ones. Yeah, this is a good song. It's a good one.
Gex always has like almost that Looney Tunes-esque. It's like a weird cartoony, but also, like I said, just a vibe that like I can't describe. It's just like it's Gex. That's what it is. And apparently people in the chat know the song. The song is a 10 out of 10. Okay. All right. Well, definitely have some people.
And Breadbug mentions no love for Click Clock Woods Winter, I guess. Yeah, that's another good one. You know, like just a good variation on the Click Clock Woods theme there.
I know, heck, and like that one is very Christmassy. Come to think of it, just thinking right now, it's like, yeah, hey, that's a good point, Breadbug. Thank you for the shout out, man.
Yeah. And see, Holly Johnny Tony mentions anything from Sam and Space Episode 1. Let's not forget the apparently the Friendly Demon song for Christmas
Hilarious.
time. Hang on, listen.
Hilarious. So Drew's playing it, of course, right now. I like Sam and Max, but I had never heard this. And
this is like Rudolph.
Like warped Sam and Max Rudolph. But it's hilarious, man. I hadn't heard this before either.
And if you want to meet him, you just have to shout his name.
Oh man.
And it's less than 2 minutes, but like I'm not familiar with this game. I don't know if it takes place during Christmas, but apparently the whole OST I checked out some is very Christmassy. But this one is like hilarious, man. Absolutely floored me. And thank you, Tony, for that excellent answer, dude.
It's funny. Vinny mentions, oh hey, Sam and Max, they played the Hit the Road all the way back in 1993. Yeah, I hear that's a classic point and click adventure from Lucas Games there.
Yep, it's the only one I actually played was Hit the Road as well. That's the only one I played through, which tough stuff. Some pixel hunt sort of like click and point adventure game type mechanics, but
and Bill
excellent stuff and
Bill
Max is hilarious.
And Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy, was the voice of
Sam.
Sam. Yep, he was the voice of Sam in that one. Yep.
Yeah, excellent. Keeping the base Sam characters alive. But anyway. It's a excellent game. If like you guys haven't looked up Sam Max, there's also like a show. It's just hilarious stuff. Definitely check it out.
It's fun.
And
stuff.
Cell, my girlfriend in the chat, I would like to take full responsibility for transitioning Cell into being a Battletoads fan. But this was so cool. This answer, I was like, when I saw Battletoads,
this sounds so David Wise. This is so David Wise.
Oh, absolutely. But it popped in my head right away. And she just entered the room just now. But it popped in my head right away that like I knew what the song was from Battletoads Arcade, but it's so good. You actually have to fight like a buff, ripped, Rudolph-esque reindeer as a boss in that section as well.
That's hilarious. But yeah, gosh, this is.
She wants me to try the pasta sauce. 1 second.
Pasta sauce. What's the verdict?
Dang. That's crazy. I don't know what she's doing. I'll have to talk to you about that in a minute. That's great, babe. That's awesome. I'm excited.
Thumbs up on the pasta sauce. That's
she
great.
Throwing a lot of different things together for that pasta sauce. That's crazy. That's really good.
Gosh, this actually sounds similar to the song we played at the beginning of the stream. You know, just the video game for Christmas song. You know, that kind of sounds similar to that a little bit there.
Yeah, a little bit. It's got like that vibe, like, and of course David Wise and the artist of this game, Kev Bayless. That makes some sense, but yeah, this was such a good answer. I'm biased to Battletoads, as you might see behind my head here somewhere.
Yes.
But like, yeah, I mean, it's a great answer. I absolutely love that one.
Fantastic.
And Breadbug in the chat says, speaking of David Wise, surprised there hasn't been any mentions of Tropical Freeze. I think since World 6 has a lot of great songs. That's true.
Yes. Tropical Freeze, like the last world, like with like when you were taking back your home, has a lot of like like icy, cool sounding songs to it. Like really good stuff. Good mention there.
Yeah, like the Snowman's theme in general is great. I mean, I think it's more because those ones are like, we've had some that are like more somber, different vibes, but have that winter and or Christmas vibe. That one's like an absolute epic, and like a lot of it is either like we said, has that David Wise almost clock ambience, just like relaxingness to it, but a lot of it is just like just epic, like taking back, like Drew said, taking back to your island that's completely frozen with nomads. Just great stuff. Absolutely great soundtrack. One of my favorites.
Honestly, that's another one that I'm just every Monday night I'm like, please be Tropical Freeze every Monday night with Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Music, because gosh, just we've never actually had an official soundtrack release of that game, but getting that on Nintendo Music is going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day for Donkey Kong fans everywhere, because it's going to be good, high quality versions of those tracks, and it's going to be a great day. Great day.
Solderix looking at the reaction in the Discord, and in the crew Discord says Freezy Peak gets 3 green Grinch hearts.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's Freezy Peak has got to be, I think, the kind of 100 Grinch hearts. That probably has the most answers, I think, of the stream today.
Yes,
for sure.
Super Battery Bros, of course, mentioned Freezy Peak. Wario Bros mentions another one from Frosty Village from Diddy Kong Racing is my Christmas jam. Logi mentions here, In a Snowbound Land, playing right now from Donkey Kong Country 2. Another great one from Evelyn Novakocek. I believe that the only one that we know of that she wrote for Donkey Kong Country 2, and it's a banger. It's so cool. Just,
yeah, like,
love it.
Like Drew said earlier, Evelyn Novakovic is like, or formerly Evelyn Fisher, she has that ability to do these, I'm looking for, what's the word? It's not Celeste, but like, kind of what inspired Grant to have the vibe of his DK64 Crystal Caves. Like, yes. It's just, she nails that somber, beautiful, relaxing vibe, and yeah, man, just a banger track. I mentioned it earlier, but yeah, I'm glad someone answered with Snowbound Land, because it's one of my favorite tracks, that probably in all of Donkey Kong Country. Actually, it's really good.
And Fernando mentions another mention for Freezy Peak and DKC Christmas bonus theme are ones that come to mind right now. Jake the Jumpman mentioned here for Crash 2 bonus snow theme.
So we have a few more tonight before we end the stream here. We are coming to the end of the playlist of the suggestions and everything. We have a few like Snowden that we've glanced over, but I want to say this is another one, just to give another shout out. We have a couple more like these, but I had not heard this. I've only played a little bit of Crash 2, and this was a freaking banger as well. Like, this is one where it has that, again, almost like Looney Tunes-esque, I guess that's kind of Crash's vibe. But like, man, I was really, really impressed by this tune, and I thought it was a banger. I just thought it was great. So like,
it's good.
Jake the Jumpman also, I want to say he streams, I think he streams to YouTube as well, but he check out his Jake the Jumpman channel. But yeah, this was a great answer, and I love this movie. Like I said, this is part of what I love about this. This was a banger song that I don't know if I would have heard, at least not anytime soon.
Is this what plays in one of the hub areas, like just the snow one?
I wonder the same thing.
I
Maybe
think that's
someone
what
in
it
chat
is.
knows.
I think that's what it is, because
so
I played the trilogy, and I think I remember something like this being like, the wintry hub zone and what plays there. So yeah, it's cool.
So I beat Crash 1 on the original hardware, and I beat Crash 1 on the Insane Trilogy. I've started Crash 2 only on the Insane Trilogy. I'm going to go back to it. I swear.
Yes.
I promise I'm going to go back to it eventually. But yeah, good stuff. It was really good. I was impressed. I was surprised.
Another mention here for Jango Bells from Milo. Just another. It's just so cool that they even put that in the game, like a dedicated Christmas Easter egg that you could put into the game.
Yep, totally agree. And I do want to mention as well, kind of like what I just said about this Crash song that we're playing currently. But we had a lot of repeat answers that were like the iconic ones. But I just want to say to everybody, no matter what your answer was, I really appreciate you guys answering these questions. It's like I said, the series, it's always hard to gauge like what the right way to approach certain things are, especially creating a series like this. But I can't shout out you guys enough and say how much I appreciate you guys enough, because like some of these songs, like I said, bangers like Jingle Bells, and hearing the songs that I love and hearing new songs like the one currently playing, I just got to reiterate and say thank you guys so much. We have a song coming up that cracked me up, dude. Absolutely, like I just burst out laughing. I was like, when I first was making this playlist, I was actually choking with the next song we're gonna play. It was just hilarious, and again, just thank you guys, because like this music, experiencing it is just one of my favorite parts of the series, and definitely helps us celebrate the holidays and holiday content and games, and definitely love it and appreciate it. Can't say it enough.
We have it playing right now, Simlish Jingle Bells, and I love this gibberish. It's hilarious. It's good stuff.
Is it Simlish, I guess, the language, dude. So funny, like, and like it's pretty good. Like it's a remix of like Jingle Bells and pre-existing Christmas songs in their game, but like they just make it so funny. And like I was just like, I don't know why, I had the playlist I was creating, and I was just listening to it, and it came on, and I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was trying to take a drink, but I just immediately started like laughing and choking. It's fantastic. Absolutely love it.
Absolutely
so
fantastic.
That was a great.
I think we had that's it, guys. We've gotten through the end of all of your responses to our Christmas questions this year, and like Sam has mentioned, we love the responses, and like how much it helps us learn about new things, learns about new songs, learns about new games, or like just really cool stories. Like a lot of your Christmas stories were absolutely fantastic. They sound like something out of a holiday classic movie, and we really appreciated you sharing your stories out of all that, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of like I said, the music, the wholesome stories. I really appreciate you guys sharing in our like Christmas special here. We do have, like Drew mentioned earlier, we have some games that we talked about today that we like have some future videos coming up. But if we don't see y'all before the end of the holidays or the end of the new year here, we want to wish you guys Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. And yeah, man, can't say how much I appreciate you guys. Like, definitely going to continue this series, and love and appreciate everyone who is involved and supports it.
All right, yes, and of course, if you guys haven't already, if you're watching the stream, be sure to go ahead, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, share this video, repost the links over on the various social media platforms, and you'll have a safe and Merry Christmas season there.
Yep, for me, Drew, and the Kooky crew, Merry Christmas, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.